football fans, and welcome to another episode of 3 and Outs College Edition right here on IE Sports Radio, your direction for all college sports. What's going on, college football fans? Oh yeah! It's about that time, y'all. It's got a short version tonight, but it's going to be explosive. I hope you're ready to rock and roll. So many great games this last past week in the top 25. Oh my goodness. Did Nebraska really almost beat Oklahoma in Oklahoma's number 3? It's time to break out those uniforms, Nebraska. I'm just kidding. Wow, that was something. Texas A&M, well, they look like Texas A&M. Cincinnati, not too shabby. Is Virginia Tech really a top 25 team? Sorry, I guess you could say the same exact thing for Miami, my goodness. Also, we had some pretty crazy games about North Carolina proved that they're definitely a top 25 team, and Fresno State gets the better of UCLA. Oh, I can't wait to hear what Teran Rodriguez say about that. Ladies and gentlemen, all of that and more, and probably one of the most exciting Saturday night football games I have seen in a while. Penn State over Auburn is all coming your way. Plus our week 4 picks right here on 3 and Out College Edition, right here on IE Sports Radio. Your direction for all that is sports. Welcome, college football fans. Well, here we are yet again, ready to bring some college football to your earbuds. And, well, we only got 30 minutes tonight because the premiere of our brand new Louisiana sports show. Oh, it's going to be fun. Yes, it's going to be fun. We are talking, of course, about our brand new show, the Bayou Bulletin, with Mr. Spencer Williams coming up right after this at the top of the hour. However, we got a lot of calls to get to tonight. So, my apologies for the shortened show. Long story short, I'm a substitute teacher at my old district where I went to high school with. And as a sub right now, there's a major sub and teacher shortage. And, well, guess what? I am now in a situation that I really, really like, but my responsibility just went up 1,000,000 times over because I am officially a full-time teacher with full-time responsibility. Teacher responsibility is just kind of without the pay, but of course it's only for 30 days because that's what my credential entitles. But I'm going to enjoy this, who knows, if it's a week or two or however long. All I know is I am so freaking excited to do it, and I am ready to rock and roll, y'all. But, of course, with that comes lots of responsibility, and, yeah, it was just overwhelming today. When I got home, I had to just take a breather, and that's the short show. But next week, we'll be back at it, talking everything, of course, everything from the CCCAA to the NJCAA to the NAIA to Division III, Division II, and the FCS. But tonight, we're only going to be talking about the FBS, and specifically only Division I Single A. So a lot of you big diehard fans of the Power 5, if you may say, you're going to enjoy tonight's show. So with that said, to bring it here to you with me, my boy, man, he is one of our COOs here at IE Sports Radio. He is, of course, host and founder of Set Point, our college volleyball show, which is taking off right now. He's doing an amazing job of that. And the host of our SoCal Sports Show, the SoCal Supreme Sports Show here at IE Sports Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, he does it all. And he's a co-host of the 3 and Out College Edition. He's one of the hardest working guys here at IE Sports Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, and of course, the one and the only Mr. Teran Rodriguez. What's going on, Teran? How you doing today, brother?
Yo, how's it going, Larry V? I am doing fine. I'm ready to talk some college football. Feels good to be back after a bye week, but we are ready to get it popping, y'all.
We certainly are, Teran. We most certainly are, good sir. And man, sorry about that. I had to up the little sound effect there for the applause, man, because you definitely deserve every bit of that, brother. So, with that said, big ups to our boy in the chat room, man, Mr. Adam Karnick. Good evening, boys. Have a great show. Well, you too. Thank you very much, sir. You are also on later tonight. We all have a plethora of shows tonight. Big ups to Mr. Pierre Moss and Harrison Glazer, the show that never sleeps podcast, talking all New York fans, all New York sports right before us. Then, of course, the Bayou Bulletin coming up, talking Louisiana sports show, sports right after us as well. Next up after that, we got Titletown Sports with Beantown Brandon coming up at the 6 p.m. / 9 p.m., no matter where you are in the country, time slot. talking Boston sports. Then Adam Karnick talking all Chicago sports with Chi-Town weekly at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern. And of course, gloves off, ending the night with a knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, Plant slapped Canelo in the face in the stare down earlier, or whenever that was. Yeah. Best of luck, brother. Canelo's not a mean person, but that probably pissed him off. So yeah, sorry, brother. Oh man. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure Marcus will be talking about that later on tonight, giving us what we want and giving us what we need on the Gloves Off podcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this tonight and get into it. We don't have nothing, unfortunately. We're just talking pure Top 25 from this last past week. So that's all we're doing. We only got like literally 24 minutes to go before our new show premieres. So, Teran, you ready to rock and roll, brother?
Of course. I was born ready.
Oh, my apologies. One more time. What was that?
I was born ready to go. Let's boogie.
Let's boogie! Let's do this, yo. So my apologies. I don't know why I lowered the volume accidentally, but let's rock and roll. So, big ups to our chat room, by the way. Gina G, thanks for showing us love. And Adam Karnick, man. Jason, she says, hey, Larry and Darren, have a great show. Well, thank you, Gina. Thank you for having us tonight. And let's enjoy it and have a great show. Adam also says, Justin Fields' season is upon us. Well, here it comes. Wrong show, but definitely yes. If it was been last year in college, yes, we'd be talking about Ohio State with him. We'll be talking about Ohio State in a different light tonight. Oops, sorry, did I say that? Anyway, so let's talk about week number 3. Teran, what in the truck happened? Nebraska. Were they wearing those jerseys with the freaking overalls? Because something happened to them. They look like Super Mario, man. They nearly knocked off Oklahoma, and Oklahoma escapes the victory at home in Norman, 23-16. My goodness. I mean, seriously, Oklahoma literally almost freaking lost this game. I know it was a come from behind, but so what? Nebraska made a great effort to nearly win this thing. How about that game last week?
That was quite the game. I was like, wait a second. This can't be right. Oklahoma's not supposed to be in a close game with Nebraska. But I don't know. I don't know what happened with Oklahoma. Maybe Nebraska just had that nothing to lose mentality. Regardless, Nebraska covered, so kudos to them.
They sure did. Number 7, Texas A&M absolutely destroyed the Lobos of New Mexico. Is that a surprise to you?
Yeah, it was self-explanatory. Texas A&M showed why they're a top 10 team for a reason.
They really did, man. An interesting game here that I know our boy, Mr. Justin Lahr of High Octane Entertainment here, talking Indiana sports. You know what? He shouldn't be upset. Indiana, who hasn't been that great, who started off ranked, I don't know how, but, they actually gave a pretty good fight to number 8 Cincinnati. Well, Cincinnati, overall won that game, 34-28. Sorry, 38-24. Regardless, what do you think, Teran? Is this worth an applause that Indiana fought that well, or is it just kind of like no, it was a football game that they lost. Cincinnati was definitely better. Indiana shouldn't have even been ranked to start the season. What do you think?
Indiana gave them all that they can handle. And Indiana isn't bad. It's just that Cincinnati was just on a whole nother level. And I think Indiana isn't meeting the expectations.
I completely agree. Somebody else who's not meeting expectations, a Big 12 versus ACC battle here. Virginia Tech, ranked number 15 last week. They are definitely falling this week. West Virginia, a team who I don't know how they're not ranked. They're always usually ranked somewhere, a solid football team. Well, the Mountaineers went ahead and took out the Hokies in what was a pretty good football game. Overall, man, 27-21, West Virginia will upset Virginia Tech. What do you think, Teran?
I was kind of surprised at this. I did not know West Virginia had it in them, but kudos to West Virginia. I was not expecting it, and they actually built a big lead. They were up 24-7 at one point, and they never trailed. Yeah, they never trailed, and I was very impressed.
You and me both, man. Another team that I was impressed with, Buffalo. They've always been a strong team, and I really like what they've got going on right now. But the Chanticleers, man, the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina, I love this team, man. 28-25, they pulled off quite the victory. Almost giving up at the end there. Well, not really, but they would let up a touchdown late. Regardless, number 16, Coastal Carolina, or I guess now they're going as Coast Carolina. They're getting it done, man, with that awesome teal uniform that I can't wait to show Cecilia because I think it's awesome. She might think it's ugly, but I think it's awesome. 28-25, nice victory, man, over the Buffs at home. What do you think? Or on the road?
It was quite the impressive showing from Buffalo, but Coastal Carolina just pulled through. It was very tight at halftime, and then Coastal just started to turn the keys to the other side, and then they eventually just pulled away.
I completely see how well this team is coached, and you know what, man? I love what they got. Michigan effing State. How about those Spartans? Go, Sparty, go! Number 24, Miami. Oh, no! They ran into a brick wall. A green one, that is. As Michigan State will eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Saturday. 38-17, man. Is it time to drop Miami completely out top 25 and say you guys aren't that great and move Michigan State in? Or what do you think, Teran?
I knew Michigan State was going to win this one. There's a reason why Michigan State was 2-0 going in. I have no idea why Miami is still ranked despite being 1-1. It kind of doesn't make any sense, but you got to give props to Michigan State. Their quarterback had 4 touchdowns, or 4 passing touchdowns. And honestly, I think that Michigan State really proved their worth.
I completely agree, man. So, number 25, Michigan. Okay, I've been giving this team crap for years now, and my gosh, they're shutting me up. Regardless, it was Northern Illinois. They put up a big, last week they won a pretty good game, but regardless, 63-10, yeah, no-brainer. Number 25, Michigan gets it done.
Yeah, this was one-sided. This was a mismatch right here. No doubt about it. And I think Marty said Michigan is 3-0 just like Sparty. So that's fascinating.
It sure is. Something else that's fascinating. We have an Indiana battle here where one Indiana team was clearly just more outclassing the other Indiana team. Regardless, it wasn't to a full extent. Number 12, Notre Dame, looking okay, but Purdue gave them quite the freaking fight. 27-13, Notre Dame gets this one done in South Bend, but my goodness, did Purdue, the Boilermakers came to fight.
This one was kind of interesting, to say the least. I had no doubt Notre Dame was going to win. It took them a while to pull away, but they finally got the job done. So good on Purdue for putting up a good fight, but the fourth quarter was kind of the end of the road for them.
With 9:30 to go in the fourth quarter, Will Richard, I believe his name is, Richard, or however you say his name, 24-yard field goal to put up the Crimson Tide 31-23. With 3:10 to go in the fourth quarter, Dameon Pierce will run 17 yards into the end zone. The 2-point conversion would fail, and my goodness, it was a 2-point game as the Alabama Crimson Tide, the number 1 Alabama Crimson Tide, will literally escape fate, I believe. I'm just kidding. No, they will escape the swamp. I'll tell you that right now. As Chomp was coming for them, but just couldn't get it done. The Crimson Tide, the elephants, if you will. I'm just kidding. Will make it happen. 3-0 on the season, but my gosh, number 11 Florida was so close to putting this game into overtime. What a game at the swamp.
Honestly, I think we got to give them a little bit more credit to Florida. They did everything they could, and they lost a bunch of players to graduation or to the draft, such as Kyle Trask and Kyle Pitts. So the fact that they were able to almost knock off Alabama is amazing. So big up to Florida. Alabama kind of needs to get that ironed out. But I have a feeling these two teams could meet again, hence the word could.
I agree. I seriously agree. They could meet again. So this is that was a good football game. So number 5, Iowa takes on Kent State. And man, it was just what we thought it would be. Iowa pulls away, and well, that was pretty much it.
Yeah, Iowa is really proving their worth, and they are doing better than I expected. Absolutely. And yeah, the fact that Iowa got safety in their first score kind of set the tone.
Absolutely. So we're going to go double time right now to get to the rest of these games. But number 9, Ohio State. Are you surprised that Tulsa hung with them? 41-20. Tulsa actually hung for a little bit.
But Tulsa couldn't beat UC Davis, which is even more surprising. So, yeah, it's kind of strange, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe Ohio State just is a second-half team. Regardless, I guess kudos to Tulsa, but they're 0-3. They kind of need to figure it out soon.
Talking about teams who hung with it, probably the most surprising game of the weekend. Number 6, Clemson, my goodness, Georgia Tech gave them all they could handle. This was a fist fight to the end that the Yellow Jackets nearly won, man. They had the number 6 team in the country on the ropes, as the Tigers will win it at home, but man, it was a thin margin. 6 points only, 14-8, Clemson over Georgia Tech.
Theoretically, this was 14-6 because that safety that occurred was pretty much like an insurance to make sure that Georgia Tech doesn't get the ball back. But all in all, Clemson's defense looks solid. I don't know about the offense. It's still going to take them a little time considering their running back had both their touchdowns, but we can't knock Uliungalele. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Number 20, Arkansas over Georgia Southern, 45-10. No secrets there. Number 2, Georgia over South Carolina, 40-13. Nothing there. Number 4, Oregon over Stony Brook, 48-7. Complete blowout. Any words on those games there, Teran?
Not necessarily, except it took Oregon a while to pull away from Stony Brook. They were only up 10 at halftime, but then they finally started to get it going. So that's all I got.
Absolutely, man. So, number 21, North Carolina actually looked like a team who should be ranked this week. I think it's the first time they ever have for a while. Knocking off Virginia, 59-39. Ole Miss will smack around Tulane, number 17 Ole Miss, 61-21. We have Iowa State, number 14 Iowa State, defeating UNLV 48-3. Teran, any words on those games?
The Ole Miss one is kind of surprising just because it's kind of shocking to see Ole Miss 3-0, which is quite fascinating. It's good to see North Carolina bounce back, even though they had a little bit of a high-scoring affair. So, all in all, good stuff from Ole Miss. They're 0-3, though. Or 3-0, though. Sorry.
Yeah, really good stuff. So next up, number 23, BYU, man. I was excited about this. I think I actually got this pick right. You know what? Herm Edwards took his Sun Devils up north, and, well, they couldn't go away with the victory, but, man, it was a good football game. Number 23, BYU knocks off number 19, Arizona State, 27-17.
Yeah, that one was kind of a surprise, but then I forgot that BYU actually does good at their home field, considering the high altitude and the raucous crowd. So I should have taken that into consideration. I don't know why Arizona State just underachieved in this game, but the live and learn process. At least BYU isn't in the Pac-12. That's the silver lining.
Absolutely. With 54 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, Dorian Thompson-Robinson will hit Kyle Phillips for a 15-yard touchdown. Nichols Bar Mira with the extra point. It is 37-33 UCLA. And with 14 seconds to go, my goodness, Jake Hayner, I believe is how you say his name, hits Jalen Cropper for a 13-yard pass into the end zone. Abraham Montano with the extra point. And with 14 seconds to go in this game, Teran, the Fresno State Bulldogs will knock off the number 13 UCLA Bruins in the Rose Bowl, a place where UCLA just beat LSU a few weeks ago, and the Fresno State team who nearly knocked off Oregon a couple weeks ago. Teran, what happened, man?
I think that was 100% trap game. I really think UCLA might have looked ahead to Stanford, and they kind of forgot how good Fresno State is, and they should have maybe looked at the film of what happened between Oregon and Fresno State. But all in all, Fresno State is starting to put themselves on the map, and it's rather impressive victory. And who knows, maybe they're putting the Mountain West Conference on notice. But for UCLA, they've got a little bit of work to do, just like Arizona State. At least they didn't lose to a Pac-12 foe, and that's that.
That's for sure. Teran, this game came down to the wire. It was defense, I believe, at the end of it. But, man, what a football game. Number 10, Penn State, man. The Nittany Lions in that beautiful sea of light. You gotta love it. Cecilia and I were watching that game. She wasn't too interested in it, but I was loving it. Amazing football game, man. The Nittany Lions will defeat a number 22 Auburn team that was coming for them, man. What a freaking game that was. Auburn did not back down. This is, I believe, Penn State's first, I heard it when they were, the commentators. This is Penn State's first victory over a SEC school in like 10 years, something like that. I think it's like 2010 or 2011, whatever. But regardless, hats off to the Nittany Lions man, for getting that victory.
Yeah, Penn State really proved themselves. It was kind of, I think we both picked Penn State, but for Auburn, they did all that they could. It's just that Penn State was able to hold on, and they had the whiteout going. So I got to give it up for Happy Valley and Penn State. Penn State's 3-0 and they're top 10. So take no Big Ten.
I agree, man. That Saturday Night Football game was really fun to watch and just very, very, very good. So, with that said, man, on to week number 4. The season is moving fast. Let's get those picks in, man. So, top 25 only, of course. Friday, tomorrow, in a couple days. Friday, September 24th. Number 22, Fresno State. That Fresno State team taking on that 0-3 UNLV team. Let's make these quick. We only have 9 minutes, but I don't think that UNLV even has a chance. Fresno State all day long.
Fresno State, there's no doubt.
Agreed. Number 2, Georgia taking on Vandy. Away on the road in Kentucky. Hey, I'm just kidding. No, even though I'm sorry, in Tennessee, I mean. Vandy, another team that I don't think has a chance. Georgia all the way, man. Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm going with Georgia. Georgia's looking solid, and this should be their game to lose.
Yeah, so number 6, Penn State, taking on undefeated 3-0 Penn State, taking on undefeated 3-0 Villanova. I'm just kidding. I know it seems like it's going to be close, but it's not. I think Villanova's an FCS school, so Penn State should win that one rather easy.
If this was basketball, I'd take Villanova, but
yeah.
It's not, so I'll take Penn State.
You and me both, brother. This is a fun one. Number 12, Notre Dame. Number 18, Wisconsin. Oh, my gosh. Playing, we got a independent school taking on a team who I feel should be in, not the ACC, in the Big Ten because of their geographic location. I'm just a geographic location kind of guy. Though Wisconsin, I feel, will give quite the fight. I don't know, man. If anybody's going to knock off Notre Dame this year, I mean, hopefully it's USC. But I think Wisconsin actually might be able to pull it off. Regardless, I'm going to still go with the safe pick. But, man, I think Wisconsin could actually do it. I'm taking Notre Dame on the road.
I'm picking Notre Dame, too. I think Wisconsin still kind of has to prove themselves. But overall, I'm taking the Fighting Irish.
Same here. 0-3 UMass, number 17 Coast Carolina 3-0. This one is a no-brainer for me. Chanticleers all the way.
I'm taking Coastal Carolina, no doubt.
Yeah, should be easy. Number 5 Iowa and Colorado State. Another no-brainer. Let's go Hawkeyes.
Iowa all the way.
Number 7 Texas A&M. Number 16 Arkansas. Number one thing I just got to tell you, with as bad as Arkansas has been the last couple of years, I seriously am in awe of how good they are right now. But is it enough? Are they going to call the Hogs in Arkansas on Saturday? They certainly are. But is it going to be probably in a losing effort? I'm sorry to say it, but I think Gigham's going to make it happen, man. I'm going Texas A&M. Teran.
I think Arkansas will give them a good battle, but I got to pick it. Texas A&M. They've owned the rivalry for the past few years or so.
Hey, that's. They have a rivalry?
I lost track. I know it's been quite a bit. I'd have to ask a Texas A&M fan, but I want to say it's like maybe 7 years, so maybe 6, maybe more.
Cool. Well, number 9 Clemson and NC State. Yeah, the Wolfpack. I don't know. I mean, they're only favored. Clemson's favored by 10 on ESPN. Crazy, but I thought it'd be more than that. Regardless, Clemson.
Same here, Clemson.
Yeah, easy. Number 14, Iowa State and Baylor. Baylor actually is pretty solid. Got a Big 12 matchup here. Baylor can pull the upset. I think they actually have a solid team, but I'm not going to bet against that. I'm going Cyclones.
Yeah, I wish I knew. I wish I had like a specific reason to pick Baylor, but I don't. I'm going to go with Iowa State as the safe pick. Baylor hasn't really impressed. Really, yeah.
I completely agree with you, brother. So, next up, Georgia State and number 23, Auburn. Auburn only dropping 1 place from last week. Not too shabby. All day long, though, Auburn in this game as a retaliation.
War Eagle, baby. I'm going with Auburn.
Yes, sir. Number 24, UCLA. Very, very upset over that loss to Fresno State last week. They're still ranked Stanford knocked off USC a few weeks ago, and they're playing at the Farm. UCLA or Stanford? Teran, this is NorCal, SoCal. What you got?
I really hate to do this. I'm going to go Stanford, actually.
Oh, my gosh. Why? I'm just kidding. No, honestly, Teran, I don't blame you. Oh, man, this is a hard one for me. I'm going to, honestly, as much as I can't stand either of these teams, you know what, man? If Stanford knocked off USC, I still think USC is a better team than UCLA. I'm going to say Stanford wins this one at the Farm, man. So, next up, Tennessee. Rocky Top heading down to the Swamp. Florida nearly knocked off number 1. I can't not take Chomp. I'm taking Florida all day long, man.
Yeah, I'm not going against Florida. I'm taking the Gators, no doubt.
Nebraska nearly beat freaking Oklahoma. Will they actually knock off Michigan State?
No, I'm taking Sparty for this one.
You and me both, man. Michigan State, Sparty all day. Number 25, hey, hats off to Kansas State. They earned it. Number 25, Kansas State taking Oklahoma State. That's no-brainer for me. I'm going Wildcats.
I'm actually going to take Oklahoma State on this one.
What?
I'm taking Oklahoma State on this one. They're actually favored by 6 points. I think Oklahoma State has something that none of us are seeing. So give me the Cowboys.
Let's see it. You got the Pokes. I got the Cats. All right. Next up, Southern Miss and number 1 Alabama. That's really sad. I'm roll tide roll. Just kidding.
Yeah, I got to go Alabama for this one.
West Virginia, a team that probably should be ranked, taking on number 4 Oklahoma, a team who almost lost to Nebraska last week. I'm taking Oklahoma, but if West Virginia happens to win this thing, it's not a surprise to me.
I'll take Oklahoma too, no doubt.
Another game that's just a whatever game, sorry, but Akron, the Zips taking on in-state, I guess you can say, rival, I guess, maybe, I don't know. They're favored by 49 points. Ohio State lost the game this year. They're not too happy. They're number 10, but they're going to win this one in dominating fashion. Go Bucks.
OHIO. Give me Ohio State.
Number 21, North Carolina. They are favored by 12.5 points, but Georgia Tech, like I said, they fought Clemson with everything in them last week. Do you see them winning this game, man?
Nah, I'm actually going to take the Tar Heels.
I hate to not take Georgia Tech at this one, but I'm going to take the Tar Heels as well. Let's see if they can pull it off. If they don't win this game, I might not pick the Tar Heels all season long. I don't know. So, South Florida, taking number 15 BYU. To me, another no-brainer. The Bulls are usually a tough team, but the Cougars, man, after they knocked off Arizona State, I can't not take the Cougs.
I am taking BYU, no doubt.
And, of course, the final. And, by the way, I'm sorry. West Virginia, Oklahoma is actually the game of the week on Saturday Night Football, so my apologies. Last game for Pick'em this week. 0-3 Arizona, 3-0, number 3 Oregon Ducks. Favored by 28.5 points. Yeah, Teran, quack, quack, go Ducks.
Yeah, I'm taking Oregon, too. But we did miss one. We forgot Rutgers, Michigan.
Oh, Rutgers, Michigan. That's right. We did. All right. Who are you taking, Teran?
As much as I want to say Rutgers, give me Michigan.
I'm taking Michigan as well, man. So, Teran, with that said, brother, you ready to get on out here, man?
Yep.
It's about that time, man. Cue the music, because we're out of here! Teran, this has been a fun one as always, brother. Thank you so very much for being here and being a part of today's show, man. It was a fun one as always, coming alongside you, man. With that said, how these diehard college football fans find you, man?
You can follow me on Twitter at Teran Rodriguez 1. That's T-E-R-A-N, and then the last name Rodriguez, and then the number 1. You can follow all my news work there. I'll probably be out or high school.
Absolutely. Next week we'll be back on it, talking high school, talking all kinds of football next week. We're going to have a little bit of a different way we're doing the show next week, so be ready for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. But the attention is now on Mr. Spencer Williams. Stay tuned, y'all. Coming up is the premiere of the Bayou Bulletin with Spencer Williams talking all the Louisiana sports. See what about them. LSU Tigers and plenty more in the state of Louisiana. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to give our sponsors a follow, of course, the SoCal Warriors. At SoCal Warriors on Twitter also. Make sure to give our Facebook a follow or at www BCIMC.com. Showing love to background check international with Brett. I'm sorry, with Kent Salmon. Ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Teran Rodriguez, for your boy Larry, you can follow me on Twitter at BTHLB5. What's your name? At BTHLB53. We'll see you next week, y'all. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.